What up, YouTube? It's your boy Riz Ill back on the channel with another one, and today we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit longer, but we're going to try and shorten it as much as possible. MBs, we're going to be doing some paternity court. I love paternity court. I love it. I've watched it a couple of times, but I haven't watched it in a while. I haven't watched some episodes in a while, so today we'll be doing a paternity court reaction. Man says baby is too light to be his. Hey man, without further ado, let's see what's going on here.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, Jerome.
This is the case of Beto versus Bolton.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. Ms. Beto, you say you were furious when the defendant asked you for a DNA test on your 7-month-old daughter, Ileana.
Yes.
Now you claim that request has broken up your happy home. Mr. Bolton, you state you have reason to believe Ms. Beto's child may not be your biological daughter. You say you are desperate to discover the truth because you've already grown
That baby is oddly white. Did we see blue eyes?
love her as your own.
That's right.
Mr. Bolton, this is not your first time in this courtroom.
That's right.
Here's what happened previously. So how convinced are you now that Mr. Bolton is?
I'm very convinced because I only slept with 3 men at that time.
If he is mine, I will step forward and do 110%, even better. I actually got myself involved in this young man's life. Most men wouldn't. I'm actually taking him on the weekends when it's available.
When it comes to 4-year-old Micah.
That's his son. He has his nose.
Mr. Bolton, you are not
Oh shit!
his father. Mr. Bolton,
She was sleeping with 3 other men, bro. You know, that's a lot of activity down there. Hey man, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, you know what I'm saying? You know, in this society and generation of don't judge me, how dare you, I can do whatever I want, but don't judge me. You know.
so what has happened since you were last here?
Since last time I was in court, I was very devastated to find out the news about the young boy not being mine. But in the same sense, I was happy because Ms. Beto was pregnant with a child. Child supposed to be mine. See, Your Honor, here's the thing. When the baby was born, I cut the umbilical cord, the doctors wiped the baby off, and they gave Ms. Beto the baby at first. She was still fatigued from delivering birth.
Understandably.
So they gave me the baby. The doctor that gave the procedure to deliver the baby, he handed me the baby and he looked at me. He said, "Are you sure this baby's yours?" And I looked at the doctor. I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Because this baby's white."
That baby's white.
I'm looking at him like, "What do you mean this baby's white?"
That baby is white. That baby is white. I'm sorry. I'm glad he said it. I wanted to keep my calm, but you know that baby is white. Listen, y'all see me, right? Despite my skin color, I was actually like light-skinned when I was a kid, when I was born. When I was younger, I wasn't light-skinned, like, you know, like caramel. Is caramel like? I was a very, like, I was a lighter skin than this, basically. Let's just say that. I was never that white. That's crazy. That's a white baby. That's a white baby. That's a white baby.
Jerome, have you ever heard of such?
But
That's a first for me.
this is the reason.
Had to be a black doctor. White doctor wouldn't have the guts to say that shit, especially in this day and age. In this don't judge me day and age, bro. In this don't judge me day and age, bro. That had to be a black doctor. Only your people are gonna keep it real with you.
This is the reason.
Let me see your evidence. That's a picture of...
This is a picture of Ileana when she was first born. And when the doctor made that comment, this is the reason why we're here right there.
Okay, Your Honor, let me just say this.
That baby
We
white.
are, that was stupid. We're mixed. I'm Dominican and black. He's Puerto Rican and black. People in my family have different color eyes. My eyes are hazel. My father's eyes are green. He told me that when he was a young boy, when he was a baby, as a matter of fact, his eyes were blue and then they turned green. So I don't see where the doubt is. The doubt began because people continuously said, oh, she's white. Oh my God, she's so white. Oh, she's so white. What's wrong with that?
Well, when the doctor asks you,
Look, the fact,
you know, before congratulations, are you sure this is your child? That's doubt.
They doubt. She mine, I know. She his, I know.
But that's what I'm saying. For the father, that can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. But you have to know your mate. And if you know that you have a loyal, faithful, loving woman, then anything anybody say.
So, Mr. Bolton,
Man, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I've watched paternity courts and all these other things enough to know that not just women, people can lie. They can lie to a certain extent that they seem like they swimming in truth, and then when it comes out, they just keep quiet and like, oh, well, it is what it is. She's lying.
did you know you had a loving, faithful, loyal woman?
I did, but that's the relationship. I mean, if you look at the baby's, man, the baby's white.
So until you were in the delivery room, you had no doubts about Ms. Beto. You didn't feel like she was cheating.
I didn't have any doubts until the doctor said something. When we brought Ileana home from the hospital, we had friends and family come over to see the baby, then looking at the baby like, oh, she's beautiful, she's beautiful. Is she yours?
That's not what they said, Your Honor. What they were saying, maybe on his side, but my side, they did make some comments. But of course, I defend it. That's my daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So I see him all the time in her. I see a little bit of my features, but mostly I see him.
Your Honor, maybe two.
God, she's trying to lie. I'm sorry. I'm usually impartial, but God, she's trying to lie because you don't see none of him in that baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And when they're babies, I don't like it when people like when babies are babies sort of like look the same. You know what I'm saying? When they're born, they don't develop those features until they start growing like more and more. Maybe, I don't know, when they're 1 or 2. I'm not really an expert. And then you start seeing a little bit of like the parents' features. You know, this baby, you can't see any features yet. All you can see is the skin and the hair texture and all of that, bro. God, she is lying. She is lying. And to even say that, oh, but I see some of my features, but I see mostly him. When you're the light-skinned one, nah, you're overcompensating. You're overcompensating, nah.
2 weeks when Ileana came home, the same boss that we both work for him, he came to the house and brought a stroller to the home as a gift. And he's from Alabama, he's, country guy, But he looked at the baby, and he's like, Rico, is this baby yours? I look at him like, what you mean? He says, this baby's white. So I'm like, wow.
So now the doctor, your family members, and your boss are all just openly asking you.
Yeah, is this baby mine? Even when I go to the grocery store, Your Honor, when I go to the grocery store, they're looking at me, oh, it's a beautiful baby, she's gorgeous. Is she yours? No. And it's only because she's skin color, the blue eyes, it's like, wow, but
how come nobody say that when I'm around?
Even still, this has like happened before in my life. This situation here is like, when I was young, I was dating a stripper, and she had a baby. All right, she disappeared. What reason, I don't know. But when she finally came back, we figured out that baby wasn't mine. Got my name off the birth certificate, finally. Second time this has happened in my life, a young lady got pregnant, but come to find out, she was dealing with somebody that I knew. She didn't know we knew each other. She got pregnant, we talked, me and the guy, we talked, and we trying to find out what's going on. She had an abortion immediately because she didn't know who the father was. And the third time was when I came on the court to find out the DNA test from Micah and found out he wasn't mine. So it's like I have strong reason to get a DNA test to figure out what's going on.
So in your lifetime, 3 times.
Yes.
This man keeps dodging fatherhood like a motherfucker, bro. You telling me all these women, bro, he's just dodging like paternity, like This man is the Mayweather of paternity, bro. Yo, no, but even in terms of that situation, like in the supermarket, like it would be more of like a chilled like thing, or even like a funny thing if people asked you, "Is this baby yours?" If the mama was white and then she had like a lot of her mother's features, and like if you love the mom, you know, you won't even take offense to it. You'll be like, "Yeah, she got my, you know, my partner's features. You know, a lot of my partner's features and stuff." But like that baby is mine. You know, she got a mama in her. You know, you'll proudly say that. But then now, when the mama is black, no matter how light skinned, and the baby is that white, and
Yes, ma'am.
Someone has claimed you're the father of their child,
Yes, ma'am.
but you weren't.
I wasn't.
And now you're here again.
Do you want to change the world? Not someday, not after college, but now, at just age 17.
there's a lot.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So, Ms. Beto, you tell me you're a faithful, loyal woman, and I have no reason at this point not to believe you. He hasn't presented any testimony that would say otherwise. However, I have to ask you, during the last couple years, how old is Ileana? She's 7 months. Last year and a half or so, have you slept with anybody else?
We actually broke up last year around August, and it was due to infidelity on his behalf.
Well, Your Honor, she was accusing me the whole time that I was cheating. I got a couple of buddies
He
that I
was.
hang out with before. I got a couple of buddies I hang out with. They do things on the side.
Your Honor,
Now,
I
by
saw
my
the texts
association
from the
being with
females.
being with them, I'm getting accused daily. So it's like I felt like I was pressured, getting pushed to the point where I should cheat just to make you happy. Because this is what you're doing. You put
That was
pressure
your
on me.
logic?
Yes, that was my logic, because every day she's saying, "Hey, you're a cheater, you're a cheater." So look, I cheated, I did, and I admit to that. She left. She left. She wanted to go stay with
Your
her
Honor, he
relative.
didn't admit to cheating. I saw the texts from the female, all right, and I confronted him like a woman should.
Is she
I'm gonna confront. I'm gonna confront. And when I found the information, and me and the woman, we also talked, because I believe that a man will lie to you, or anyone that's gonna play that deceitful role is gonna make you believe whatever. So I talked to the woman, and I believe her.
But
And I gave him a
but when
chance
she
to tell
left,
his
she
story.
She had sex with
I gave him an that's
You know,
right. I did sleep with
so-
somebody, but I did it the right way. I left you first. I was single.
Hey, well, Your
And
Honor.
during the time you broke up and you left him, did you sleep with someone else
Yes, I
without
did.
using protection?
I did. And let me tell you, it wasn't like that. I left him, and it wasn't like, oh, hey, I'm single, let's go party. You know, it was more like I was hurt. It had been a month later. I just went out, hanging out, and one thing led to another. I saw a guy I liked, but we actually slept together twice.
Your Honor.
The first time was unprotected. The second time was protected. And after that, as a matter of fact, I spoke to him after that, but we never
Your
had
Honor.
any type of relationship or anything.
She wasn't answering my phone calls for a while. After,
Why should
I
I?
cheated on her. Okay, so now we're working on something, trying to get back together. When we finally get back together, this is when she's admitting that, yeah, I slept with somebody.
Your Honor.
Because at first she says none of my business when I went to go see her.
Exactly.
Now she's telling me out of mouth. Okay,
Your
this is
Honor,
what happened.
he continued to
she's
badger me
admitted-
about it.
She's admitted.
This is all irrelevant. This is all we all talking about stuff that's emotional. Even the judge, I feel like the judge is not guiding it to the points that he needs to be. I feel like okay, I've watched a lot of Paternity Court. I used to watch it a lot, like I think the year before last. And one thing I noticed about the judge is she's never like about the logical way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Not like she's not logical, but in terms of like addressing certain situations, she's very empathetic. Like what did they call it? Emotionally intelligent. All about your emotions, all about your feelings, all about the relationship factor. Oh, how was your relationship? What happened? Who cheated? Instead of getting straight to the point, who was involved? Like in this one, this all who cheated on who. Okay, it can be a factor, but it's irrelevant in terms of him cheating because he's not the one who got pregnant. She did. Get to who she slept with, what race is he, how does he look, What features does he have? Does he have blue eyes? Does he have light skin? Is he a white guy? Like, is he mixed? Is he mixed and has blue eyes? Like, have you seen his family? Like, have you actually looked into this? Because this woman is so stuck on like this guy being the father that she might not even admit to which I'd put money on it. She might have gone and seen whether this guy has any similarities to her child. She must have definitely have gone, because this is a serious thing. You slept with two men right around the same time that you conceived, you know? So she should be explaining those factors. Like, I looked into the other guy, I looked into maybe his family and all. Maybe I had his contact because, hey man, I don't know what type of woman she is, because she's saying she's a good woman or whatever, or a good partner or an honorable person, but apparently she had a one night stand, and I don't even know, or not even a one night stand. She slept with the guy 2 times. I don't even know if she has this guy's number or his contact details. You know, she just flung it around. Not like, you know what? Yeah, flung it around, bro. Like, we should be looking into this, not in this emotional. He cheated on me. That's irrelevant. Let's look at the other guy. Let's look at my family. Let's compare.
In open court that she slept with someone else one time at least was
Twice.
Without protection.
Right.
And Mr. Bolton, you believe that
You can still get pregnant even with protection.
this man could be the father.
Yeah. When she came back together, we got together. We moved back in the same house together. But in the midst of this, she's still going out there to her family's house, doing their hair, coming back home. And guess what? Middle of the night, I pick up the phone. Text messages from this guy. So I have reason to believe, like, okay, you tell me you start messing with him. I still think that you're still with him.
You saw
still
text,
messing with him.
Your Honor, he saw text messages from the guy. He never saw me respond.
It even goes to the point like
And
this.
then I did.
She delete pictures out the phone, you know what I'm saying? Because when you plug a phone into a laptop, the USB charger, the backup pictures are still in the phone. Pictures of him and his baby is still there, together. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Pictures of him and
His baby
are in her phone.
in her phone, and it looks like this. His daughter looks like my daughter. So,
That's what
but how often is it that babies can look alike?
but Your Honor, I just want to show you this evidence right here.
Let me see that evidence, sir.
But I don't think she looks like the other man's baby.
Okay. That's Ileana, and that's me. Ileana's pink, Caucasian, white, and you see me.
Really?
I'm brown, no blue eyes. I mean, the only thing I see is a nose.
If he felt like that, Your Honor,
up,
why
shut
stay
up,
for
shut
7
up,
months?
shut up, shut up.
Why
Shut up,
even
shut-
take care of her? Why sign the birth certificate?
Shut
Why is it that every time I call you, you run to her?
Why are these women clapping? Shut up. You see, it's all these emotional stuff. Why this? Why stay with me? Why? We get into the thing that we want to know. We're looking at the specifics. We're looking at, because the DNA tests and all is already done. We're just getting the story. Now, in terms of the story, we should be getting the specifics. We shouldn't be getting shit. Fuck your relationship. Get back to the guy. Man, let me fucking tap on this again.
If you felt like that, you should have been said that. You don't
Your
wait
Honor.
7 months later and then tell somebody like that, we're supposed to get married and everything.
she's
What you
crying.
mean?
Yeah, but
When
y'all-
he told me that, we were in the bed, and the first thing he said to me is, oh, you know I love you, right? Like, you know somebody gonna say something messed up after they say something like that. And then after that, I don't even know how we got to it. All I know is he was like, oh, I don't think she's mine. I want a DNA test. And yeah, I lost it, and I wanted him to get out. So we got to arguing,
now
and I was like,
woman,
either
she
I'm
kicked
gonna
me
leave
out.
or you're gonna leave. Yeah, you're right. I
She
did
kicked
kick
me
you
out.
out because I told him, either I'm gonna leave and go to my family, which is far from them. He was like, no, I don't want y'all to be that far from me, but she not yours, right?
You do understand that after you admitted you slept with somebody else, that fueled his doubts.
I understand that, but you can't always be moved, Your Honor, by what other people say. You have to stand upon what you see as a person. A lot of people felt like he wouldn't make it, we wouldn't make it, we wouldn't.
What he sees as a person is that baby. She's saying what he sees as what he sees as a person is that baby looks different. She don't look like him. This is what bro, I don't want to bring my personal shit into this, but this is why, like, with some of the, like, women I know, like, chicks, from my mother to, like, you know, family to girlfriends I've been with, all of that. It's all this irrelevant shit when it comes to some shit that's just basic and straightforward if we get straight to the facts about things. There's always this long story, and in this long story, I always gotta sit in my chair as a dude, because they don't understand. They think, this nigga, he's talking about he's a dude, he doesn't really care. They start getting emotional. I have to sit in my chair and listen to them unload this nonsense that has nothing to do with what we are looking for, and I just sit like this. And I wait for them to finish. Bro.
And be okay. And yeah, we're going through something right now. And even him as a person, people felt like they didn't believe in him. But I believe in him. I believe in him still to this day. I believe that, you know, he is a good man and he is a good person.
Yana, when I first asked about the DNA test, she was really upset.
Yeah, I
She
went
did
crazy.
kick me out. She did do that. But since I'm staying other places, I come home to the house just to check on my daughter, make sure everything's okay. She tells me, put her down if you don't think she's yours. Okay?
Yeah,
So
of
I'm
course.
like,
Every time I see your face, I'm gonna get mad. I'm mad now.
Why did you get upset? I'm just saying, she's a loyal female, like she said earlier. If it was such of a problem, why'd you catch an attitude when I asked for a DNA test? And you knowing that I went to court last time.
Who wouldn't have an attitude when you know for a fact that you've been faithful?
Hey.
Why not?
Let me look at you.
Okay, that's fine.
Ms. Beto, it's not just about you being faithful.
Before the judge continues, I'm tired, bro. I am tired. Listen, if any woman is listening to this, it's not about even accusing her or anything. It's about we just trying to find out. Once we find out, whatever the case, we can move on. No one is rooting for her to be wrong. You know, a lot of people, like, they'll think like everyone is rooting for me to be wrong. You know, so I have to maybe hide the secrets or defend my truth to the utmost and do all this extra shit. No one is looking for you to be wrong. People are just looking to see what is right. And we just want to know what is right. All this other shit is irrelevant. We don't need to know this. Why does everything have to be so emotional? It's irrelevant to the... Bro. Man, bro. Fuck, man.
You have to take a person along with their life experience. That's
So
no, hold on. When you're in a relationship, that's how people come. Everybody has their own baggage, or as my granny used to say, that's his red wagon, and you got your own red wagon.
I understand that, Your
That's
Honor.
the things you pulling behind you when you
understand that.
come into a relationship. I'm not saying that is right, Miss Beto, but I'm telling you that is real.
I understand that, Shana. Here's the thing, right? When she left, her and this other guy was messing around. When she came back around, we was living together, okay? And I feel like, maybe she's still been messing with this guy. Because all of a sudden, like she said, we've been together 5 years. It's the first time she ever got pregnant. She's coming back around, boom, baby. I'm like, what's going on?
All right, so the timing felt strange to you as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Shit like that. That's what we need to know. Now, why are we going all around to these other stories? This paternity court could have ended in 12 minutes or so if we didn't go through all those other little stories and things and we just went to facts like this. Shit like that.
So I've witnessed so much emotion, and
Exactly.
that's because I know the stakes are really high today.
Oh, shit.
You even submitted a video, and it really shows how committed he is to her.
What else you want to say? Say hello. Bye-bye. See y'all later. I love Ileana. Ever since she was born, I always been there. From the time she got pregnant, the day in labor, the hospital. I just really want to be a father to this child here. I've been there since day one. The baby
You're
shower.
worried still.
I am. Just because, my past and, just...
And the last time you were in
Like
court,
the signs, the last time I was in court, came out not yours. But the signs are there, so many people saying it. I need to be sure.
And that's what's so heartbreaking about this situation. I understand about people's past. Everybody has a past. Stop pushing rewind. Stop making other people pay for what other women did.
It's not fucking rewind. It's like talking to a fucking wall. It's not fucking rewind. There are facts about this situation that have to be considered in order to see how he came to this conclusion. It's not just his past. His past is just like anecdotes of like situations that happened. It's more than that. Jeez, man. Look at all these other things that were in between that brought us to this conclusion. Hey.
I'm not those women. If I was like that, then I shouldn't be with anybody, because just like you hurt me, and think about the 5 years we've been together, Mr. Bolton.
Oh.
The things that you've done to me before this, that wasn't the only infidelity, but every time you have a doubt, here I am proving myself. Why you signed the birth certificate? Why did you stay so long and then turn around and say, oh, she's not mine? Do you have any idea how that hurts? Of course I'm gonna flip out. I don't hurt you like that. And even when you hurt me, you know that I find the strength to still say something to encourage.
Whose choice is it ultimately?
It's his choice.
Yep. And who has to do that work?
He does.
Exactly. So let's get to the results, because the truth is always a great starting point.
Está bien?
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Beto v. Bolton, when it comes to the paternity of Ileana Bolton, and as to whether Mr. Bolton is her biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Bolton, you are her father.
Okay, listen. But what I tell you?
Your Honor, pass Ms. Beto question.
Yes, you may.
But you don't got no.
Now we could have gone to that thing if... Fuck it, man. Fuck it. I'm tired of talking. Let's just finish this.
Question for me.
Everything speaks for itself, because that's what you taught me. Actions.
Gotta say yes.
Lord, I do though. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Does it fit?
Oh, yeah, and it's pretty.
This is beautiful to see. I'm very happy for you. Merit.
Yeah, that's the end of that. We don't need to hear Judge Lauren Lake. Yes, I got her name. We don't need to hear her extra motivational thing. But yeah, man. I know maybe women watching this will argue about the emotions and the story and everything that goes into it. But we can never be too blind about the specifics. We just want to know the specifics. That's it. That's it. We just want to know the specifics, because honestly, come on, bro. It's like the Michael Jackson children. Michael Jackson's children, bro. Bro, I know Michael bleached his skin and stuff. I don't know what was happening, what the specifics were. All I've heard is the stories. I don't really know exactly what the reason was, but I don't really know. I never really went into it. But at the end of the day, Michael Jackson is black. I don't know if he bleached his DNA, but he's black, and his children, not saying anything about their paternity, but I'm saying his children look awfully white. If I never heard Michael Jackson's son speak, I would not know that he was black, or he had a hint of black in him. Because when I hear Michael Jackson's son speak, I'm like, that's a black guy. The way he speaks, that deep, you know that you can be like, yo, that dude is black, But when he's quiet, and then you see him and you see his sister of all people. So white, they white, man. They look white, bro. It's yo, his sister especially. His sister, she doesn't even speak in a black way. She speaks like a white girl. Not discrediting her or anything. I'm sure they confirmed paternity and all of that, but sometimes you have to find out. So that's been me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notifications.